Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about what's in my travel makeup bag. Okay, so a few of my friends have asked for this video, and since I've been traveling a lot this year, I figured I'd do this. I've made one on my travel essentials, like what's in my carry-on. I guess I could do like a series. So today we'll be talking about only my makeup bag, and then maybe I can do one that's what's in my what is it called, my check-in. So yeah, maybe I can do like a part 1, part 2, and part 3 or something like that. Okay, but anyways, today is strictly only on what's in my makeup bag. I talked about in my what's in my carry-on, what's in that makeup bag, but this is what I actually bring, like the full set of things that I bring in my check-in. And I can't even talk. And then I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to pack and save room and save space, and even to save money on the weight of your bag. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with what I bring for my bag. I got this from Victoria's Secret. It's just a simple bag like this, and then I like that you open it and there's 2 compartments, and you basically can be like, hey girl, I got my makeup bag. But anyways, so what I like to do is put most of my makeup in this side, and then my brushes on this side with my palette, the one palette that I'll bring. So it looks like that, and you just put all your stuff in there. I'm trying to find something a little better that might be able to just like put my brushes in there so that it's a little more organized, but for now this is what I've been using for the past few trips that I've been going on. And this year I'm traveling a lot, so it's a good thing I can get this video in for you guys. And I know a lot of people, this is like the traveling season, so like normally from summertime to the end of the year is when people like to travel the most. So I thought I'd put up this video for you guys. Okay, so again, I'm gonna just start with the eyes from our face. So when you're bringing a palette, you want to always find a palette that has a mixture of shimmery colors and matte colors and a highlight color. If you have too much of one, it's hard to bring just one palette, and I try to just bring one palette so that it saves me a lot of space, because palettes do take up the most space. So the palette that I bring is of course my all-time favorite, yes, is the Tartlette in Bloom. There's a variety of colors, so there's, I want to say 1, 2, 3. There's 3 shimmer colors. Here, let me make it this way. 3 shimmer colors and matte colors, and there's even like a little pop of color. And I like this palette just because you can mix up your look. If you wanted to do like a more outgoing night look, you could just use the darker colors with these as your transition. Or if you want it every day, you could use one of these or one of these. Most of these are like everyday. Pretty much all of this is like an everyday look, and you can always intensify your look to make it a more night look. I like this more because it's convenient, and I already really love these shadows, and they last so long and they go on so smoothly. And also when you're traveling, you want to think convenience. You don't want to be, because you're always going to be on the go, you want makeup that's going to be fast, boom, 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 boom. Okay? So everything I'm packing is things that I probably would use on an everyday basis, and that I can also use for going out at night. I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion, as I've always said, and this is in the travel size. Another tip is you want to always try your best to use travel sized things when packing. So everything that you own, if there is a travel size of that thing, buy it or get it or use that instead, because I'm telling you, it'll save you time, it'll save you money, and it'll save you space. Okay, okay, maybe not save you money because you have to buy it, but it's not as expensive. If you don't even have the product, it would save you money, because that way you don't even have to buy the bigger one. You can get the smaller one and use it for traveling. Does that make sense? When you're looking for brushes for your eyes, I just say to use the most basic thing for your eyes. So basically all you need is a blending brush, maybe 2 blending brushes. So one for like your transition, one for your outer corners. So that's the 2 that you're gonna have, and then one for your lid, and one for, what do you call this? Your highlight. Okay. I have 2 blending brushes that you could use. A lot of these ones are popular, and it's kind of like a necessity makeup kit kind of brush. The one I have is the MAC. These are either or, you don't have to bring both. I'm just using 2 different ones, high-end and more affordable. So the first one would be your blending brush for your transition color. You can use the MAC 224 brush, or you can use the Morphe 504 brush. It kind of does the same thing. Okay, so that would be like for your transition. And then for your outer corners and like to blend into your crease kind of thing, to be more defined with your blending, you can use the MAC 217, or you could use let's just face it, that's the only one that's pretty much like the best. If you don't have that, you need to go buy it, sisters and brothers and friends, because I'm telling you, that's what you need in your life. Okay, for your lid color, you can use the Sigma E55. This is probably like the one brush that I use all the time for my lid. Or you can use the Morphe G20 brush. Okay, and this is a good one for your lid if you need a more affordable one, because I think Morphe is more affordable than Sigma, honestly. But either one is all good. And then for your highlight, you already have like Urban Decay 3 palette. You can use this brush. It's like a dual end, so I have like a fluffier end on this side and a more pointier end. This is actually supposed to be for your lid color and I guess like a blending side, but no, barely anyone uses the brushes that come with the palette, so I just used it for something else. And you can use this to apply your concealer up here, and then you can use this side to blend it out, and then you can also use this side to put your powder. Okay, so that's the 4 brushes that you're gonna need for your makeup traveling bag. Okay, and then moving on to eyeliner. It depends what you're into. I can deal with liquid only if like throughout a whole trip. Some people like to use gel instead, so it's all up to you. But I'm just gonna be taking the Sephora one. I mentioned this in my must-haves. You can use this one or any liquid that you're comfortable with, so your liquid. And then if you want gel, then just your gel. It's just one. All you need is one, honey. And then going on to mascara, I like to try to bring one of the best mascaras. That way you're not overloading. I can't find my other one right now, but it would be the IT Cosmetics mascara. Your clamp, I bring it with me. Or glue, I use this one because I just like it. It's more convenient for me. You can use whatever you use. And then for lashes, okay, so if you're an everyday lash user, then I would suggest bringing the number 43s from Red Cherry. You probably only need to bring one of these because you can just reuse it the whole trip. I think you can deal with that, okay? And then I would say to bring 2 pairs of lashes, one for every day and then one for like a night look or a more dramatic, basically for all your night looks. I don't have it with me right now, but I would suggest Iconic from House of Lashes. So yeah, those are the 2 that I would recommend for you guys. And then Now moving on to our face, okay? So we're gonna start from the primer and work our way all the way down. For my trips, I like to use something that I can use all day and that will last all day. That will last all day. So I use the Hourglass primer. And this one's a bit pricey. An alternative for that one, you can just use a drugstore. You can use like the Milani. This one is more for oily skin. They have the white one that's for more of a drier skin. Or you can even use for high-end again, the Smashbox. And this one also is in a travel size. The Smashbox one is one of the good ones as well. So any of those are fine as long as it's not too big and bulky like this. You want something very small. And this is one of my smallest primer packaging, so I would bring that. And this is probably like a little on the lighter side, so you can go ahead and get that. Moving on to foundation, I only like to bring one foundation. I've made the mistake of bringing two before, like one for an everyday and one for a night. But I mean, you're gonna be pretty much using your makeup mostly all day depending on what you're doing. So I recently just purchased this one, which is the Too Faced Born This Way. So I probably will take this one. Whatever is like your top favorite foundation, I would just bring that one alone and save room and just use that the whole trip. Moving on to powder, we're gonna use the Laura Mercier, you get what I mean. We're gonna use that one, and because we want to confine everything, you are not gonna bring a finishing powder, or you're not gonna bring a setting powder. You can just use the Laura Mercier. You can use it to bake your concealer, and you can also use it to set your entire face. So this is a multi-purpose product. And then for brushes for your face, you're gonna try and bring brushes that can be used for more than one purpose. Basically, that's what your whole idea is when packing. So I'm gonna be bringing the powder brush, and you're able to use this to, like I said in my last video, in my favorites video, you're able to use this to set your face, to dust off your powder, and you can also use this for blush and bronzer. But because I don't want to use it for all of those things, I'm probably just gonna use this for the powder. I'll bring this one, which is the e.l.f. Complexions brush, and I'll bring that one for the blush and bronzer. The blush and bronzer that I'm going to be bringing is the Too Faced and my Milani. The reason why I'm bringing Milani is because this one works with every look that you do, and I love this one so much. I've said this again in my favorites. So again, yeah, I want to bring that one because it matches every day, and I like this bronzer just because you can just dust it on your cheeks as like a nice little bronze, or you can also just kind of build if you want a more strong contoured look. And then for concealer, I only want to bring one as well. You can bring your top favorite concealer, you can bring a high-end, you can bring a drugstore, it really doesn't matter. I'm kind of torn between these two, which is my favorite Maybelline and the Urban Decay Naked Skin. It's really up to your preference. You can use whatever you can use for both day and night. That's what I would use. So I probably would go with the high-end one. But it's all on your preference. If you're more comfortable with a drugstore one, then that's fine too. And then of course I'm going to be bringing the Beauty Blender. This can also be used for your foundation. So this is going to be our foundation applicator and to blend our concealer. So then moving on to highlight, I'm just going to be bringing this one just because I like how shimmery it is. You can use it for day and night. I try to bring products that you can use for both day and night, or things that you can build for the nightlife or the night look. So yeah, I'm gonna bring that one. I don't want to bring a big palette like the Glam Glow palette because that's just too many highlighters. You really only need one. If you're only going to be gone for like a week or a week and a half, it's not necessary for you to have that many highlighters. and that's also pretty heavy. Moving on to brows, I'm just gonna be bringing my brow pencil because it's fast, it's easy, it gets everything done, and it's like wham bam, thank you ma'am. Okay, you could also bring the Anastasia pomade, but I feel like this is a bit more convenient because I could draw this pretty much in my car. If you're like rushing on the go, you can just draw it in. The pomade, I would have to take the time and be like scoping and everything, and when you're traveling, like I said, you're always boom boom boom, you're always on the go. Okay, and then on to everyone's favorite. Yes, can I aim it? Yes. Okay girl, so moving on to lip products. This is like one of the hardest things for me personally to confine, because let's just be real, everybody, girls love their lipstick, okay? Yes, we love to slay in every fucking color, even if the color is the same damn color, okay? Don't lie to me, girls. We probably have 5 different mauves, 4 different nudes, or whatever it is. So yes, girls, we have to confine it to 3. I ain't lying, girl. I ain't lying. Trust me, okay? So when you think about it, okay, I made this mistake before. I brought like 5 lipsticks or 5 or 6 lipsticks. I'm like, why did I even bring this many lipsticks? I didn't even use pretty much none of them. Probably 1. And maybe, okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating, maybe 2, okay? It was just unnecessary for all of those things to be in my makeup bag, and I found from doing that it works better when you bring like 3. So what you're gonna bring is 1 nude. 1 nude is gonna be like your everyday go-to lip color. Your second one will probably be like a pinky mauve or something, you know, something that you can use for every day or even at night if you don't want to be too dramatic. And then your third is going to be a red or something bold, something that you want for your nightlife, okay? And then when it comes to your lip pencils, you want a lip pencil that can be used for all those looks besides the red lipstick, okay? So I'm normally gonna bring the Strip Down by MAC because that matches pretty much everything. It's what I'm wearing on my lips right now. Or if you want a drugstore alternative, you can use the lip pencil by NYX and that in the color Natural. I'll swatch these for you. They're pretty good. One is a little bit more mauve-y and one is a little bit more brown. This is the Strip Down and this is the NYX. So that's totally up to you. For lipstick, I would recommend anything that's long lasting. I personally don't have anything picked out right now, but I would try for an everyday look, I would do like a Velvet Teddy by MAC. This is like a nice mauve color for everyday. Okay, or I would do the NYX Lingerie. And this one is in the color Push Up. This would be a good everyday nude. It's a bit similar, but a little darker. Here, let you look at that. And it just depends on your skin tone. These are different on my skin tone. I would recommend Whirl by MAC for you darker skinned women. This is gonna come out a little more mauve-y and it's gonna, okay, it looks like this on my skin, but it's probably gonna come out a little more like that on yours. Brave is also a good one. This is a little bit more on the pinky side. And the last one I would say is Spirit. This one's gonna look a more nude on you, on the darker women. And I personally would use any of these two in my traveling kit. So for my everyday, I'd probably use a probably Velvet Teddy or one of the NYX Lingerie, like the 2 that I've showed you. And then I'd probably, for like a more mauve-y look, I would probably use Whirl by MAC. And then because Whirl for me, I could use that also for night. And then for my reds, I would probably use Heather's by Anastasia because it's like a nice red, a bold red. And it's this one right here. And if you want a dupe for that, or if you don't want to spend money on Anastasia, I would recommend LAX, LAX by ColourPop. They're very similar. I would say LAX is a bit darker. And then if you do want to bring a gloss, I would recommend just bringing one gloss. You could probably just use it to kind of give a different look for the mauves that you're bringing. I would bring I don't have it around me. I can't find this one, but it's the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline. That one is really good, and I also heard that one is a dupe for the Kylie Jenner's gloss, the So Cute. So I would recommend that one. And then yeah, so after all of that, you want to make sure you have a setting spray and a makeup remover. I like to bring a brush cleaner. So like I showed you, I would bring this, but in a travel size. And then you can also use a Fix Plus spray. I used that the last time I traveled, which looks like this. And they also come in a travel size. This is the little travel size guy. And then I put my MAC, this is the MAC one, and I put it into a little container like this. You could probably even get it a little smaller than that. And then I bought the spray part from, I think it came with this container. Okay, so that concludes everything that I bring in my makeup bag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do have any more questions, let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to ask me anything. That's what I'm here for. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for all of you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!